Hello, and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to get some thoughts out, basically, just to get it off my head, I guess. About Legends ZA, but also about Pokemon in general. Don't worry, I'm not gonna just shit talk the game, because I'm actually... I can't remember if in the first video it sounded like I was annoyed, but I was just tired. But I enjoyed the game as a whole. That might honestly mainly be because while I do own the software and games, right, I emulate because it gives you way more freedom. Anyways, basically this video will be like the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not referring to the graphics. It's more just game design wise. But before it's not scripted, obviously, you can tell, but I have some notes. But before I talk about anything, I have like, when it comes to game designs, I think there are two golden rules. And those are, always give the player options. That doesn't just literally mean in-game options like camera speed or sound volume customizable buttons, but I don't think you can actually customize buttons in where you can't in Pokemon itself, and I haven't turned on my Switch in a very long time, so I don't know if you can actually customize buttons. But I'm not just talking about in-game customization. I'm also talking about game design. For example, XP share, right? It shouldn't always be on for all. It should be, you have an XP share all, so everyone in your team gets XP. You can have the actual item, so you turn off the XP all, but you give a Pokemon the item, so it gains XP. And you should also be able to just turn off XP, like completely. Because if someone wants to do a challenge, and this goes into rule 2, right? Like if you can give one group of players, people, something without taking away from the other groups, you should always do it. An example would be photo mode. I don't care much for photo modes in games, but there are people that really enjoy just being able to take pictures with their favorite. I'm gonna try to stick with Pokemon, right? They really enjoy just taking pictures of their favorite Pokemon or their new outfits or stuff like that, right? I will give more specific examples when I actually talking about the game, which I will do now. But so those basically are the two main rules that every game, it doesn't matter which genre, which company, none of that matters. This is for every single video game in existence. The only exception I could think of would be if you have a game that's more like an art piece. For example, a game that focuses on playing as a blind person or a deaf person. So there will be more of a immersive, unique experience and less of a typical video game, if that makes sense. But that would be the only exception I could think of where you could say, okay, don't give the player the option to be able to see or hear, because the game is about being blind and deaf. Okay, so now I'll actually get into the game proper and Pokemon proper. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the good, then I go into the bad, and then I go into the ugly. Again, this is kinda about Legends ZA, but it's more about Pokemon in general. Also, let me make it night because the performance is way better at night. So first off, what I like is I'm pretty sure HMs have been completely removed, like fully. Because in Scarlet and Violet, you had what was it called? The legendary, the Koraidon or Miraidon. and he acted as the HM, right? So you didn't need to teach it to any Pokemon. And in this game, was there even... Wait, there were no HMs in this game, right? Rock Smash, technically. The Sludge thing, I get to that later. You have the Rotom... That's not flying, but... Yeah, but HMs seem to have been completely removed, which I think it's good. It's good. This should always be the case. Secondly, and I think this is like a great positive, the catching is, in my, like, obviously these are all my opinions, right? But it's the best it's ever been. So if you want to kind of play immersive, right? You can sneak and then throw at the Pokemon. So you just go like this, right? Wow. You can do the traditional one where, okay, he's obviously gonna die if I attack, but where you can lower it and then try to catch again. Or if you get it to faint, you get one very boosted chance of capturing it. What is happening? Okay, also backshots are in the game. It's like a critical capture, I guess. So catching in this game, I love it. It should always be like this. Because remember rule number 2 and rule number 1. So options is rule number 1. You can sneak up and capture. You can use the combat. Or you can run around like a madman and just throw balls at everything you see, and either it works or it doesn't, right? So it fulfills both of these rules. You have options, and you give one group a specific thing without taking away from the other. For example, some people, they only want to capture traditionally. So they want to defeat the Pokemon in battle and then capture it. You can do that. Other people, they don't want to battle at all. They just want to run around and throw the ball. You can do that. So both rules are fulfilled. This is like, it's not just good, this is amazing. It's not perfect, obviously, because, well, first off, we are humans, we are imperfect, therefore anything we will ever create can't be perfect. But the only main gripe, I guess, I have with this is when you try to free throw, maybe I'm just too bad at the game, but hand on my heart, I try to capture like a Staryu, and let's say it was there, right? And I threw the ball, I kinda aimed it like this, and it hit it perfectly, but the game didn't register it. So it needs work, but the system in place they should always use this system. For any Pokemon game that comes out in the future, always use this system. You can sneak up and capture, you can fight the Pokemon to weaken it and capture, and at the end you get like a boosted chance. Or you can just run around and throw balls and, hey, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. They could also improve more the immersion of the Pokemon. Some Pokemon do have the immersive elements, where some are aggressive, so they run at you. Some are scared, so they run away from you, right? So they just like put some more work into it, but the system is really good. Let's see, my third point, animations. Yeah, battle animations. So the battle animations, you have ranged attacks and moves that actually make contact. So if I use close combat on this, he runs over and smacks it. And if that was like an actual Pokemon battle, he would actually fucking knock the pants off of the Pokemon. So that's great. It's not, I think it was Sword and Shield. I think it was Sword and Shield where, like, if you do a double kick, your Pokemon just like stands in place and does like a eh. So keep it like this, alright? Keep it like this. This is great. Just add on to it. Maybe you don't have certain animations yet in place. Keep working onto it. Don't remove this for the next games. keep it in. That will be very important for the ugly part of this thoughts, review, whatever, right? Fourth point, the characters you meet in the story. So Canary, Corbo, your Team MZ, they actually play a role in the story. So remember in Black and White when the gym leaders all came to help you out with the Team Plasma stuff? That's good. That's good. I know some people don't care about the story. Some people do care about the story. Keep that in. Make the world feel alive. Alright? So that's another good point about Legends ZA that I enjoyed. Then I have characterization is great. I'm talking personality-wise. So, let me turn it tonight again in a second. Everyone has a unique personality. And the thing I like the most about it is even if you dislike a character, for example, the Jakinth girl, right? I despise her. She's off the rockers. That girl is crazy. But she feels, well, I'm not gonna say she feels human, right? But she feels like an actual character. If you like comics, right? The Joker. I want him executed. I don't understand why the Gotham police is still letting him run around. Like some off-duty cop should have just shot him in the head when Batman brought him in for the 20th time, right? But the character is great as in characterization, how he is written, not he is a character that I aspire to be. Okay? So that good. Keep it like this. Don't just make blank canvases. Make him unique. Make him snappy. Give him flaws. Give him virtues. Give him vices. This is good. Okay? They talked a lot about death in this game, funnily enough. The main theme, in my opinion, was redemption. But I also mentioned in my video, like, is AZ actually gonna die? Right? And he... well... I don't... Is he dead? Is he alive? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not gonna say whether he's alive or not, but well, I'm not gonna tell Game Freak how to write the story. All I want to see is keep it like this in the sense of don't just make the bad guy I want money. I want to rule the world, right? But they have been doing a great job with that. Like Legends Arceus, I think did a good job with it. Scarlet and Violet, I don't even remember. What were the bad guys? Oh, the Team Star, right? No, that was terrible. That was terrible. Team Star, terrible. This one, there aren't bad guys. It's just the repercussions of what happened in way in the past and in X and Y. So that's good. That's good. Next up is move remember. So this is specifically gameplay wise. You can just go to change moves, and any move your Pokemon learned, you can just swap them freely. I'm pretty sure this was also in I haven't played Scarlet in a minute. So but I think it's also in Scarlet. Keep this in the game. This I'm gonna talk about and show a little bit about Let's Go later on. But this, always keep this in the game. I don't care what Pokemon game is coming out next. Keep this in. Please keep this in. Keep this. Also TMs, Infinite, keep it. But this is more in the ugly part, okay? This is good. Let it stay like this. Then I have... yeah, taste is subjective. The OST in this game, I really like it. That's more about not Pokemon in general. This is specifically like my opinion on Legends ZA. If I'm enjoying it or not, I'm enjoying it. I really like the OST in this game, especially that the important rank up fights have their own theme, their own music. The Jakinth one is a banger. But like the earlier ons, they don't have their own theme, which was kind of sad, but it is what it is. But yeah, music good. Then graphics-wise, not how the game looks, but the Pokemon. I do like how the Pokemon look in this game, but there is an addendum to that I'm gonna talk about in the ugly part. So if we look at Pyro, I think he looks great. There's nothing that screams at me where I'm like, why is it designed like that? Like, you know, it looks good. It's clean. I don't see any pixels. There's no, I just realized there's no, what's it called? Hit registration? Like, it's not an actual body. Okay, maybe that's because of the battle system. But if you can, next time, give him like a hitbox. Right, if I just throw out Greninja. Well, his ears kinda look funky, but yeah, looks good. Idle animations would be great. I don't think they have idle animations. I'm gonna wait for a little bit while I look at my next point, but I don't think they have idle animations. Yeah, give them idle animations. That's a negative. Give them idle animations. Character customizations. Look, you can always use more clothes, right? Like what I've written down is it's great that it's in the game and it should be in every game. Don't remove it. Don't remove it. Leave it in the game. Even if you just take the clothes that are in this game and put it in the next one and then you just add onto it, right? So you add more clothes for each game. Excuse me. You add new jackets, new pants, new shoes, new whatever. And you keep what you already had. Add onto it, add onto it, add onto it. Don't remove this. Keep character customizations in the game. Because if I don't care about character customizations, I'm not gonna engage with it. But there are people that put hours into just making the character look different. Or for every story fight, they change their outfit. Also, I'm gonna show it in Let's Go. Give us like a tiny bit of Pokemon customization. Just like in Let's Go, just like you can put a ribbon on their head, or a scarf, or a hat. That's it. Like just a tiny bit. Following Pokemon are in the game, but they don't interact with you, and they don't have idle animations. However, they do have unique run animations, right? So Greninja runs like a kinda like a shinobi. Pyro, I think he just runs, yeah. Magikarp can't walk, so it just flops everywhere. I think he doesn't do anything. But if we take Arbok, for example, because he's a snake, he slithers. That's great. I'm still in the good points of the game. That's great. And then lastly, in the good points, I have XP. While it's kinda low, this is in the good points, believe it or not. While the XP you get is low, again, you have options. You can catch Pokemon to get XP. You can battle the Pokemon to get XP. You can use the candies you find just on the ground, or you can buy in the store. You can defeat trainers at night in the AZ challenge. And there's like I think it's 3 restaurants where you can do like a gauntlet. You have to pay for it, but you get a lot of XP, and I'm pretty sure at the end you get your money back. Well, you get an item that you can sell to get your money back. Okay, now for the bad parts. The pathfinding sucks. So right now I'm just on the ground, so this is gonna work, right? If I just use bite, it's gonna run over there, gonna bite it. But if you've played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is terrible. Sometimes your Pokemon just runs while you get hit 3 times in a row, and then you finally get your move off. Sometimes you actually fall down, so you have to like run away and then call your Pokemon back, but it's terrible. It's terrible. This needs immense work. Immense work. Then I have the speed stat. The speed stat, it's kinda useless in this game. Obviously, it won't be in the next mainline game. It's kinda useless in the game. It affects cooldowns. It doesn't affect how fast you pull the move off. I would have preferred that, because Flamethrower Flamethrower has like a long wind-up animation, right? There's like even worse ones like Giga Impact, but it has a long wind-up. So I would have liked it if speed actually affected the wind-up instead of the cooldown. There are breakdown videos of this. I'm not a frame data guy, but there are breakdowns. I think it's like at max speeds, a 20-second cooldown move becomes like 14 seconds, but it's exponential, so that's the best value you'll get. A move with a 9-second cooldown becomes like 8 seconds. It's it might get a clutch moment, but if you just invested in the attack stat, you wouldn't even need to clutch, right? Because you would defeat the enemy in 2 hits, so there's no need for you to like get one more hit in. Anyways, the next bad part is there were like close to no animations in the story. When they hand you something, it's just like nothing. Or it's a fade to black or fade to white. Even the fist bumps. When a character, I think that's the reason. When a character is taller or smaller than you, you don't actually do the fist bump. It fades to black or white. What are we doing? That's terrible. That's inexcusable. Okay. Next, this doesn't affect me because, like I said, while I do own these games and the console, I mainly play emulated. So I have infinite saves. If you've seen any of my videos, I do like a lot of challenge runs. I mainly do challenge runs. So I need multiple saves, and I technically have infinite saves. On the Switch, yeah, you can have a couple of profiles, but it restricts you from online play. And you can extract your save data, put it somewhere else, and but it's so... Okay, yeah. On the topic on saves as well. I think that's how you say it. Forced autosave. I don't mind autosaving in general, but it's forced. If I go into my settings, I can't turn it off. It saves automatically whether you want to or not. I lost a shiny because of that. A shiny fledgling. I lost it because it turned to night. You can actually see it in the top left, the timer, when it turns to day and night. I think some people don't realize that. But it took my shiny away. So that sucked. Then the ending credits. This is the last bad point I have. The ending credits are a slideshow. It's legit just a slideshow. Again, I'm gonna go to Let's Go because I don't know. I don't think Let's Go is an amazing Pokemon game, but it's very charming. And in Let's Go, after you beat the Elite Four, there's 2 animations that play. The first one is the credits, where they have like a hand-drawn, very cutesy thing where you and your partner Pokemon run. It depends on Eevee or Pikachu, right? You run like on the world basically, while the credits play. And then after that, when you wake up in your home and you go outside, your partner Pokemon is like smelling the flowers and picking one, and it's very cute. It's very charming. Here it was just a slideshow. You wake up in the hotel, you get the Lucario, but it's not even... It says there's a Pokeball on the table, but it's not even on the table. It's nothing, and then it fades to black, and then you have a letter that you don't even read. Your character is just like, oh, there's a letter, and then you read the letter, and it fades again. Terrible, terrible. So now, while I talk about the ugly, I'm gonna swap to Let's Go to make the points more clearer, I guess. And I also need to remember, this is for me editing the video, not for you guys. I'm gonna put in a video of Blaine, and you'll see why in a second. I'll talk to you in a second. Okay, so remember how I said to like keep things in the game? This will play a big role now in the ugly part. The ugly part. First, I just have, let's go gym leaders have like cute little animations and the gyms are very uniquely designed. And I'm gonna play one for Blaine somewhere in the video. To be fair to Legends EA, all of the major fights have unique mega animations, right? So Corbo like grabs his heart and throws it out. The Vinny has like his Mega Stone in his hand, so he just like does like this. So there's that. Rideable Pokemon. Look, we have following Pokemon, right? When I say stop, when I say ugly, what I mean is stop regressing. Pokemon is made by their company, right? These are their games. It's their IP. They have all the code. They have all the rights to it. Take from your own games. Stop wasting your resources and things that people obviously loved and are open, like vocal about. So, the rideable Pokemon, again, I don't expect them to make it so every single Pokemon is rideable, right? But keep adding the animations from game to game. So, for example, I think I prepared my team, right? Yeah. So, if I take out Graveler, in Legends EA, they do have some unique animations. Like I said, like Arbok actually slithers. So, Graveler just rolls. Because he's a round rock, right? So, he rolls to get around. Then, if we, again, talk about the actual riding, if you have an Arcanine, you actually ride it on top of it. Like a beast of burden. I don't know what you would call it. Like a horse. Like a beast of burden. The surfing, I don't have a Lapras on this save file. But when you have a Lapras, you actually ride the Lapras. Otherwise, your partner Pokemon does like the surfboard thingy. There's also like other cute animations. But I'm talking about Legends EA mainly now, right? So they have the animation for Arcanine. They have the animation for Onix. Steelix is in Legends EA. Remember that. Steelix is in Legends EA. So just keep it. Add onto it. And just keep doing that. From game to game to game. Same with character customization. Just keep adding. Keep adding. After you beat Elite Four, you can actually fly. Right? You have the animation. Just steal it, rip it from your own game. It's not that, you know. Okay, next, infinite TMs. I mentioned that. The reason why I have it also in ugly as well is because in Scarlet, this doesn't apply to Legends EA, but in Scarlet, the TMs break. You can recreate them, but they break after one use, right? Why are we going back and forth? Just keep it infinite. Then, the addendum to the how Pokemon look. I don't know if this is on purpose, but I'm also just blind, so maybe it's that. Every Pokemon game looks different. And I don't just mean, Let's Go has like a chibi style, right? I get it. The mainline games are different. But to me, Legends Arceus looks different than Scarlet and Violet, looks different than Sword and Shield, looks different than Legends ZA. Why? You're just making it more complicated on yourself because you're redesigning the Pokemon, you're redesigning the overworld NPCs, you're redesigning... Why? Why? I don't get it. It's... I might just be blind, but in some games look better, some games look worse. I'm not talking about the graphics. I'm talking about the design. Okay, and then I think this is my last point, unless I forgot something, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The video, half an hour is a good length, I think, for this. Oh, this last ugly point is actually very important. I think that's why I put it at the last. Listen to me. Every main feature that has ever been in a Pokemon game. So I'm talking Pokemon contests, right? Should be in all games. Even, also following Pokemon. Even if only a tiny bit is added from game to game. Same with clothing. So let's say you have Pokemon contests, as an example, in Sword and Shield, right? And then in Scarlet and Violet, they only add like a tiny bit more content to the Pokemon contest, but it's still in the game. But then after Scarlet and Violet, because now they had more time and stuff, in the next game, they add more content to the Pokemon contest. You get what I'm saying? Don't take it out. Keep it in the game. Just work on it little by little. And I think there was something else I wanted to say, but let me see. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mentioned like the customization, right? XP should be no was it about the following Pokemon? Was there something else I wanted to say? I think that's it. Yeah, you know what? That should be good enough, right? Oh, no! Yeah, rideable Pokemons. We don't have bikes anymore, apparently. We had a bike in Sword and Shield, the Rotom bike. In Scarlet and Violet, your Koraidon, you have it from the start of the game, so that took the faster movement and HM part of the game. Even if the rideable Pokemons have the same speed as the player, which in Let's Go it's not actually the case. Like an Arcanine is way faster than an Onix. Like Onix is the same speed as the player. It's just it can reach higher, so you can catch flying Pokemon easier, and it just looks cool, right? But Arcanine is actually faster, so this is a bad spot for this. But if you can see, this is the speed with Arcanine, right? And then this is the speed of the character. So let me go into the house actually, and then I finish this video off. So this is the character speed, and that was Arcanine speed. So even if it's the same speed as the character, just leave it in the game, man. It's a cool feature. Some people love it, some people don't care, they're not gonna use it. But again, if you can give to one group of players without taking away enjoyment from the other, always do it. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to get my thoughts out. I think Legends EA, well, I'm not gonna talk about the price and the Switch itself, because I can't talk about it because I play emulated. I own it, but I play emulated. I can't deal with the Switch, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. There's actually one small thing I forgot to mention, and I thought this is really, it's like a small but really cool feature. And thank you, Evie. And that's when you look at the map, right? It actually tells you what you can find in my faces in the way, in the area. So in Pewter City, right, there's a Pokemon Center, Pokemon Mart, Pokemon Gym, Pewter Museum of Science. And why I think this is kind of like important, or can be important, is it also tells you, for example, the partner move tutor is here, right? So in Let's Go, it doesn't really matter, but for the mainline games or even Legends, it should show you where the hyper trainer is, where you use the bottle caps, the berry shops, stuff. You get what I'm saying? This should also be in every single game. Like, just when you open the map, just show us right there. Oh, in this city you can find X, Y, and Z. The Safari Zone is in this city. The what's it called? Research lab, the Pokemon lab is in the city. The thing where you resurrect the fossils is in the city, right? So just like a small little point that it's also a feature that should be in every game. Like, you already implemented it, so why is it not in certain games? But yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, don't get bullied, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Which will probably... I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a challenge one. But I don't know which game and what challenge. Anyways, bye-bye.